lau palota, o lau leo, o lau filfilinga, o lau manuia, I le lumanai. Awane e misia whaasala launga tu sao, ma le pol kalame whaanga solo lau NUS TV. O le ama whauna whaasala wina tu sao mai tawhai wha o Samoa. O polu masovai ma soa se vaenga o Samoa. O le a whaatino ai le whainga filfilinga le atunu. Le ama whauna whaasala lau tu sao, e lunga o le tautua ma le umnanga nei, a lau NUS TV. Manuia le whainga palota le atunu.
Talofa lava and welcome to our next biology class. Today we'll be focusing on our strand free on animals, and we're going to look at the different systems. But for today's lesson, we will be talking and discussing the circulatory system. So when we talk about circulatory system, what comes to mind? Yes, we are talking about how blood is transported around our bodies. So we will be focusing on the heart, human heart. But before we start our lesson, make sure you're ready. Make sure that you have turned off all those distractions. Make sure that you have a notebook so you can write down your notes as we go through this lesson. This lesson, we'll be talking about the different parts of a human heart. So I'm sure that this will be revisions for most of us, but it's always good to, yes, as a reminder, to understand the different parts of a human heart. But before we go into detail about the human heart, let's do a little recap on the difference between circulatory systems. Remember, we have discussed the three different types of circulatory systems. We have talked about the open circulatory system. So the open circulatory system, it is a system that, yes, the materials, they flow freely within an organism. So do you remember an organism that has this open circulatory system? Worms and snails, they have an open circulatory system. So, le open circulatory system. Imanulaiti peo insect. Wairete le te lisinga yoinga mani me feo ayai. So they don't need the constant flow of blood. Open circulatory system. The next type of circulatory system is a single closed circulatory system. And it only goes through the heart once, so that it travels blood just once around the heart. Do you remember an organism that has a single closed circulatory system? So the blood or the oxygen, it flows through where? Yes, it flows through the mouth and it goes out through the gills. Filaments or filaments longa e capture oxygen gas exchange. And the last of the three is a double closed circulatory system. So the blood, it flows twice through the heart. Humans, we have a double closed circulatory system. Good. So it's a good revision. So it's open circulatory system. Insecti be ole worm, ole single closed, and open double closed, humans. We have a double closed circulatory system. Good. Okay, let's look at our hearts, our human hearts. O nei mavaenga o le whatu, wa te mine, As a Year 12 student, what's out on it in malama lea ili esinga o vaenga taitas. O le vaenga pito sili ona taua when you're first looking at the parts of the heart. E wha chambers o le heart. Pitoi lunga, ma le pitoi lalo. So le pitoi lunga, le la veaia atrium. Au lalo o ventricle. So you have your right atrium, left atrium, male right ventricle, male left ventricle. E whai ngō whia ona e loa le esesinga o le right ma le left. Remember le ata le whaasanga mai luma. So think about o oere ki whaasanga sa o e luma. E ki kilolo, where's your right hand? O le pito lola e ngā, this is your right. Right lea, left lea. So aiva aile le ata, vena cava, pulmonary artery, aorta, pulmonary vein. O no o me lola ia vaenga le pito I lalo, vaenga le iaia le valves is the space between here and also the spectrum. The pito I lalo, the muscle-like part. Okay, let's read the different types of functions of these different structures. O le vena cava, it carries deoxygenated blood from the body back to the right atrium, to the heart. So from the body back to the heart. Vena cava la lea deoxygenated. Ka ke kala ngola le deoxygenated blood. Longo winga o le blood e le iaise oxygen. Pe whai kia le oxygen. Longo winga ele leira blood pe leanga. Le iai, it's a waste. It is a waste product. E kau o ngā ave fia. E su e mai le oxygenated blood. So lalawa ensa mai ko kongu ile vena cava ile deoxygenated blood. Pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle to the lungs, where carbon dioxide is exchanged for oxygen. Longa winga, lewa umanga sau ko kongo le vena cava, ka amilo mai lalo, alulo lunga pulmonary artery, o le pulmonary artery, yala ave yale le blood ave fia, ave ile lungs. Inga ia mawhai yai onga exchange the oxygen. So I exchange the oxygen. Longa winga wa au mai le oxygenated blood. Aorta le piko lunga. O le aorta is the largest artery in the body. It carries oxygenated blood from the left ventricle to the rest of the body. Distributing oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. Longo winga, ka umanga sau ko kongo le vena cava, ka amilo mai lalo, alulunga le pulmonary artery. Ako e fo'i mai la, e fo'i mai ko kongo le pulmonary vein, o ngā alulola ia ile aorta. So le aorta le ngā, le wa carry the oxygenated blood. E ave feeling oxygenated blood, ave to all parts of the body. Pulmonary vein returns oxygenated blood from the lungs. Like I've mentioned, longo winga sau ko kongu ia lea, le blood lea me le tino, alu lunga pulmonary artery, inga ia aloa nga ile lungs. Ave le lungs inga ia mawhai o nga kupule, gas exchange, ave esele deoxygenated blood, ai sawi ko kongu le oxygen. A koe fo'i mai lo le oxygen, ua sau kongu le pulmonary vein, alu le aorta, o le aorta loa e distributes ia lea oxygenated blood to all different parts of the body. Good. Yang kako kilo lola ia le right atrium. So the right atrium
receives deoxygenated blood. The right ventricle, this chamber pumps the deoxygenated blood. So vaenga umai, if it's so suang, inga ia mawhaiunga, o mapamu le
oxygenated blood. Remember, we talked about deoxygenated blood. It means it has less oxygen, or no oxygen. Ia o le si vaenga tā uai ko kongu i le pasa le hearts, o le septum. The septum is a thick wall of muscles that separates the right and the left side of the hearts, preventing the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Man ko ofele vaenga le la vea i le oxygenated blood. La vea i le piko lei o So the red parts o i le oxygenated blood. O le vaenga le i le blue o le deoxygenated blood. So o le vaenga le septum nga ia mawhai o ngā mai o io. Awange ia whiwhi loi whaatasi le koko e le aise o ke sene, ma le koko o ngā iai le o ke senge. Lisi vaenga tā ua o le valves. Good, valves. So le vaenga le valves. So the main function o le valve inga ia avoid le backflow of blood. Ia one way, ia le alu le blood sauai kongo na vena kava, alu kongo o le pulmonary artery. Awange ia alu pulmonary artery, koe ka amino mai koe saunga i le vena kava. E tasi ale way in o le blood. Just like here le pulmonary vein, e tasi ale sau kokongu i le pathway, inga ia o ngā alu i le aorta. So valves, e kofu ale side ma le valve, awange avoid aia lea, the backflow of blood. So lela wa mama lama i le falling o le ata. So our next activity, lela akusi mai alai o ela waka. Because man koe ke misuenga, e sale aka I wa tato masani ai. I say kango ala kanka e kusira ngaka. Then we would discuss it together. Okay, awesome. How is your picture going? Good. Mantua for your or meyo ata o ato science. It's also a method of you to memorize the different structures. Mantua nemata upo the science, pol paiolo foi. E kele ku ai ngā aka ese. It's your job to make sure that you understand your own pictures. Good. Yo, okay, lole, ole koe ngā whaku le wakako māsingia ia, lea. Koe ngā love hearts le wakako iai, So, that's an example of a heart that I would draw. Remember, ole hearts, ole mele kupule hearts, it has 4 chambers, nongo winga, ia e malama lele, 4 chambers, ole right lea, ole. Yes, this is the right. I say, look, face the front. Or the part pick off a pair, that's your right. So I'll lima tamatau le So the right, left, right, left. Pikoi lunga le atrium, pe pikoi lunga le ventricle. Atrium, so good. Right, pikoi le atrium, ventricle. So these are methods for you to memorize the different structures. Mankwe fa chambers, pikoi lunga ole atrium, ole right sle piko fa aper, right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. Then we talk about the different so I ole kau loko la lia that it normally helps me remember. Vena can put a apple pie veggies. Vena can ole vena kava. Vena cava. Puts A is your pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. Yeah, solo de pikoi O is your what? Aorta. Aorta. Yeah, malavaanga muli, which is your pulmonary vein. Good. Vena can, which is vena cava, pulmonary artery is puts a aorta, pie veggies, which is your pulmonary vein. Vena can puts a apple pie veggies. A apple. So sorry, that is apple. Put a apple pie veggies. So it reminds you about the different parts of the heart. Vena can put a apple pie veggies. Vena cava, pulmonary artery, aorta, male pulmonary vein. Try to remember, where is the blood coming from? We already talked about the blood. It is deoxygenated blood. So this is from the body to the heart, from the heart to the lungs. Body to the heart, from the heart and fear. Alu nga ile lungs. I say amele alu nga ile lungs. Ongale lungs like upuayele gas exchange. Do you remember nga fia kongalo lo lungs like upuele gas exchange? So ile pikwe lalo lungs ngai ka ole alveoli, alveoli. So alveoli le pikwe lalo lo lungs. Ngai kele air sacs, ngai kupuayele gas exchange. Capillaries. Capillaries. So from the body to the heart, from the heart to the lungs. Blood was from the lungs, from the lungs to the heart. Lela was so gong. Blood ua oxygenated. So wakele le oxygen kokong o le blood. Sau lola e kokong e through the pulmonary vein. Koyalu fafu e wali fafu le aorta, which is your oxygenated blood from the heart to the body. So when you were studying, remember ole tawana eke malam lama oe the method of studying. Today's lessons, we are normally bombarded with so much information. Wakele information. Ale awala le mfaingo fie ya oe on organize your notes. My understand I love oe your notes. Making notes from notes. Like I said, I draw my hearts like this because if I go feeling up mama lama or the folding I le heart telling sawiaka. I already remember that the heart has what? 4 chambers. o le pito i lunga o le atrium, o le piko i lalo o le ventricle. Right le piko lea, ai left le piko lea. So we've already named it. Right atrium, left atrium. Right ventricle, left ventricle. Vena cava, pulmonary artery, aorta, male, pulmonary vein. So again, hopefully, le wa imala malama ile isenga not only the functions, manquole o le tato tino, oxygen, ma nava ta sono le oxygen, e le fa pe e ma nava lo e folo pakakoa lo le oxygen adu sa o lo no tino. No, it is diffused into your blood. O le tato doto o le blood e fe avea ia yele oxygen. Nga avela ia fe nga oxygen. Yes. E ave ile ave fe? Yes, ave sa awa yo muscles. La mele le tupito tono muscle. O le process o le respiration. The process where our food is broken down to produce energy. So e kaulinga e malam la mo le tāua na o le mo o mia tātou o le o ke sene. E alu tono tātou tino. E alu ferme o sa le oxygen through your nose. When you breathe in, o ngā alu lola e ko kongo o mama. I te tono lungs. O mama la. Lai tupu wa ile exchange le na. E a vatu ia lea. E vatu le carbon dioxide o i sawi fafo, ai alu te tonu le oxygen. Diffuse ko kongu ia le oxygen te tonu le toto in our blood, and then our blood vessels transfer the blood nga le oxygenated blood. E ave fia. Le o tato mamalama. Oxygenated blood, so sa o e te tonu i le pulmonary vein. O ngā ave lola i le fatu, alui fafu i le aorta. So o le tāua tele lava nā of our hearts. Ma le ngā luenga lo whaatino e lo fatu yasu e pamu ia le koko. So if you're an active person, e pamu malo, longa winga lai, ma whai anga kupule exchange le, laku ia le oxygenated blood, hao mai le deoxygenated blood, mai vaenga lo tino, e ave fafo. Whawhenga ave fafo through your lungs. So when you are breathing the carbon dioxide outside, ngā wā lakwa ile waste material ngā carbon dioxide ngā wale mo o mia ile kaimi ole respiration. So that's our lesson for today, students. Hopefully that you have learned something very important. 1, the importance of our hearts. 2, the different parts of our hearts. 3, the structure of the hearts. 4, the different functions of those structures. How to make those notes. If I find fear, ona e mai tawina, vaenga ese lo fatu. Male vaenga e sawit tonule. Yes, the oxygenated blood. Mahalui fafole deoxygenated blood. So that's all we have time for today for our biology lesson on the circulatory system, specifically on a human heart. Until next time, tofa soifua.